Beautiful people, welcome in for episode 19 of the Homie Love Hour with me, your host, Joe Buck. Now, today's guest is someone at this point you all are very familiar with, all the way from the deep recesses of Ohio, the one, the only, the mind of JPA. How we doing, James?
Hey, what's happening? Thanks for having me back, dude.
But how we doing, buddy?
Good. Thank you for having me on, man.
Hey, it's always my pleasure, get a chance to talk to people, catch up, see how the week's going, see what's new since the last time we spoke.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I found out something very devastating, which is the fact that you don't like coffee.
I don't. I hate the taste of it. I hate the smell of it. But you throw some Swiss Miss in it, now we're changing the game.
That's just hot chocolate. You just like hot chocolate.
I love hot chocolate. I love chocolate candy bars, but like regular coffee with like nothing in it is
It's amazing. It's that's how you
it
start
is
your
not.
day. Hey, man, I'm just saying, Folgers has been around for 100 years for a reason.
I could think of it that well. I mean, Folgers, it has been around for a long time, but like
Mm-hmm.
if you throw some Swiss Miss in it, that's when you get me excited. I could think of 1,000 different things better to put in my cup.
Five.
Bailey's, tequila, uh, water. Well, water should have been my first one, but Yingling and Cincy Light.
I wasn't expecting five that quickly. Yeah, you kind of got me off guard. Yeah, no. I don't know how you do that, man. Like
What?
not liking coffee, bro. Like I love the smell of coffee. I actually had a candle that was just called coffee.
They make coffee like they make coffee
Yeah,
smelling candles. What is
absolutely they
wrong with
do.
this world?
It's what is right with this world. Are you kidding me? It's like
There's
going
this.
to a it's like going to a cafe, except I don't have to deal with some annoying barista yelling at me.
I'll talk to the barista over having a cup of coffee.
Oh, dude. Nah.
I mean, hey, what do you think about Bailey's in it though?
I don't know. I don't really like to mix that world very often.
Yeah.
Because like if I have alcohol with my coffee, it's like my body doesn't know how to respond, and now I just want to go back to bed.
Like, is it day or night?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
your
it's like
body's like, is it day or night? We partying or we sleeping? Make up your mind.
yeah, it's like it's a battle, it's an internal battle in my
Hmm.
stomach, and I don't like it.
Now, have you been drinking coffee all your life, or is it just like a new? Oh, okay, all right.
So when I was younger, it was like it had to be really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So like I grew up on like gas station coffee.
Okay,
And
all
yeah,
right.
like my mom, like when my dad never let me have coffee, but my mom, when she was taking me to school, she'd be like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'm getting a coffee. You can have one too." So I would get like a little one, and it would be like hot chocolate and coffee. I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
did kid things, and then they had like all the little creamers, so I just put like
Mm-hmm.
creamers in there. So at that point, it was basically just sugar, and
Mm-hmm.
then
Yeah,
I, and then I
and you can
stopped.
chew on it.
Dude. Yeah, yeah. It's just like, this is crazy. Yeah, you're in school just grinding your teeth. It's like, why are you sweating? I don't worry about it. You wouldn't understand.
I went to the
Yeah.
gas station this morning.
Yeah. It's like, why are you sweating? Don't worry about it, Karen. Just teach me about the timetables or whatever.
Plus
Like,
two, Karen.
just just have a cigarette behind
Do
my
you like
ear.
do you like the Frappuccino machines that they have at the gas station? Because I'll
I
I'll
don't
rock
know.
with I'll rock with those.
No, I gave a lot of that stuff up. So the most I'll do now is like either a little bit of oat milk or like I don't really use a ton of dairy products in my coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either straight oat milk or like a oat milk creamer, and I just do like a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of it.
What's that? Is it Splenda that makes that French vanilla creamery that you can like dump the shit that they light on fire? Have you seen this thing that lights on fire?
No,
It's like in a blue bottle, and like it's like vanilla creamer you can dump into your coffee, but like they prove that it lights on fire.
that's crazy.
So I
I
will,
think
yeah.
the was it like I don't know. I'm
It's
thinking
the
of either
powdery,
toll.
the powdery shit like they put in your let me.
Yeah, yeah. Look it up. Take a second. Let me sip on my coffee.
Yeah. I mean,
Was it Coffee Mate? It's probably Coffee
is it
Mate.
Coffee Mate? Is it Coffee Mate? Coffee Mate,
Probably.
vanilla, vanilla cream. Yep, Coffee Mate. Yep, you nailed
Hmm.
it. It's that
Yeah.
powdery stuff. That you can light that stuff on fire.
That's I'm surprised more people haven't used that as a weapon.
It's about to be. Just start making bags of it.
Dude, a coffee mate pipe bomb, that would go crazy.
Get them all juiced up and
Yeah,
fire on the
like
same time.
yeah, it's like, why does this fire smell like French vanilla?
Stop asking questions.
Yeah, it was the coffee mate bandit. He struck again.
This firebomb is brought to you by Coffee Mate.
Now dairy free. Don't worry about it.
Dairy free.
God. But yeah, dude, I don't know. Like now I just like black coffee. Like if I have a choice, if it's terrible coffee, like Starbucks, I think their coffee is terrible.
It's a fad coffee. I
It's
feel
just
like.
like I get straight beans and I grind them up and like I have a grinder, so I just make my own like espresso shots. Their coffee is god awful by itself. But it is like like their brand is Starbucks and they have Seattle's best.
Okay.
Seattle's best, like I don't have a single positive thing to say about it.
What like is Seattle's? Is it? This is gonna be such a stupid question, but is it from Seattle?
Yeah, that's where Starbucks
Okay.
started. Yeah, but
Really? I did not. Okay, I did not
mhm.
know where Starbucks started. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but it's a horrible, horrible coffee. It's just like the most generic. It's basically gas station coffee,
Yeah.
but in a Starbucks bag, so people buy it. But no,
You're just paying for the name at that point.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like Seattle's best, you can buy it in like 10-pound bags from Staples.
Okay.
Which how the fuck are Staples even still open? I have no
Like
idea.
a Staples, the office supply place that they're still around.
They have like I don't know if they have many storefronts, but when I worked in real estate, we ordered like all of our office supplies from them in bulk. So like all the mints, all the coffee beans, all that type of stuff came from them.
Okay. That is wild.
Yeah.
It's just wild that Staples is still around.
You know, I think it's like Toys R Us, where it's just like a store within another store.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like it's just straight drop shipping now. I'm pretty sure,
Well, you know all of our stuff on Amazon tomorrow.
dude. It's fucking wild. But yeah, like also that reminds me, shout out my boy James, helps sponsor the show. Helix Coffee, you James, and also photographer. Like
I was like, I don't have a copy. I don't even like it.
yeah, Helix Coffee. I sell it now at farmers markets. You can also order it online. He ships nationwide. He's
Helix
roasting
coffee.
the yeah, he's roasting the
Okay.
coffee himself.
Okay.
I drink it. I use it to make cold brew, espresso, all that jazz. It is amazing. But yeah, highly recommend that. And then the other one would be Mountain Dweller. Beth
Okay.
and Josh. Beth and Josh are really good friends of mine. I just don't really like to mix business with pleasure all the time. But
Okay.
their coffee is really really good. They roast it themselves
Nice.
as well.
Nice.
So yeah, like if I'm gonna drink coffee, I want it to be something local. I know I say that as I'm drinking Dunkin' Donuts. That
Hey,
was
that shop is local.
Yeah, it was just one of those things where I was out, I was just finished walking the dog. It's really
Yeah.
hot, and I was like, I needed to hurry up and come home and hop on this. And like I said,
Yeah.
my cold brew isn't done steeping. It's the whitest sentence I've said today. So I had to buy Dunkin' Donuts.
Had to get the job done quick.
Yeah. Speaking of whitest sentence I've said today,
Okay.
stargazing. Holy shit,
Okay. Stargazing.
amazing. Yeah, dude.
Talk about it. Let's hear what constellations did you like? Did you have a plan of seeing like I want to see the Milky Way, I want to see the Big Dipper, I want to see that
No.
anus.
Uranus, my anus, the Big Dipper.
Yeah.
I'll be the little spoon.
Yeah.
No, like, nah, I just went into it and I was like, I'm going out here. I'm just gonna sit under the stars, stare up at everything. And it was amazing. Like
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe like every person should take the time to do it. Just go
Mm-hmm.
somewhere where light pollution is really low or maybe non-existent and just like let your eyes adjust and just look up at the stars, man. It puts things in such an interesting perspective because
Mm-hmm.
like you think about like societal pressures, socioeconomic pressures, like
Mm-hmm.
familiar pressure, all that shit, and then you look up at the stars and you're like, oh, none of that shit matters right now.
Mm. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we are a speck of dust
Mm-hmm.
in a galaxy inside of another galaxy,
Mm-hmm.
and
Playing
like
dice.
yeah, and it's like none of this stuff matters right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it just put it in perspective for me, and I think it gave me a really nice refresh and approach, and got to see shooting stars, got to see satellites go
Did you make
by.
your wish?
Yeah, every single time.
There you go. There you
Um,
go.
yeah, easily saw like 10 of them, and then
You got 10 wishes that night? That's
hey,
awesome.
hey, man, I'm a greedy man. I'll take what I can get. Yeah, it was a blast. Watched the sunset twice. Watched it over Turquoise Lake, and then when we got to the top of the Continental Divide, the moon hadn't fully risen yet, and the sun
Mm-hmm.
hadn't fully set. So just watched the sun set over the Continental Divide, and yeah,
That's pretty. Was it a red? You sent me some pictures. It looks like a red
yeah,
sky night. That's God. When that red hits the sky, it's like there's nothing better, man. It's
yeah.
so beautiful.
Yeah, and then just like sitting out there and like looking at everything and looking at the Continental Divide and seeing like once your eyes adjust and you can see the cosmic dust going across the sky, and like you start to just see every little thing, like every little shooting star, every satellite dish. And then it's like there are so many stars. Like I can send you the photo. It looks like, you remember when like popcorn roofs were really popular?
Cornrows.
Yeah, like it, like in your house, like the roof of your living room or your bedroom was like popcorn. You know what I mean?
Um.
It was like the little dots. I'll have to send you a photo, but it looked like lint on a T-shirt, because like there's
Okay.
so many stars, it's almost
Okay.
incomprehensible to.
Count them all, or like
Yeah, like you couldn't.
yeah,
You'd be there your entire life and then more. But
yeah.
it's fantastic. Just sat out there for, I think we were out there for like 2 hours looking at the
Mm-hmm.
stars and talking about life and life, love, the pursuit of happiness, and all that stuff. We saw a bunch of deer.
There you
I
go.
think we saw either an armadillo or a skunk just like hanging
See,
out in the
you
road.
guys get all the cool shit. We get like squirrels. You know what I
I
mean? We go
mean,
out
there's a
stargazing,
lot
like,
of
oh, there's a cool looking squirrel.
there's a lot
I
of
haven't seen
squirrels.
it.
We
No,
get a
but
lot of
like
squirrels.
here in Ohio, it's kind. I'm sure there is like that one place where you can go, but like to just go somewhere for a night like that is very hard to do because everything's fucking closed now these days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So
it's kind of a bummer.
there's a perfect park right down the street that like if you sit there and go, if you want to go down there for the night, it's closed. I can't get like, and we pay our taxes. Open the damn thing up. You
They're
know?
like they're like, oh, James wants to hang out here. Nah, fuck that guy. Tell him
Fuck that
skedaddle.
guy. Like
Yeah,
he talks too much.
yeah. He can go sit in the Sonic parking lot and go stargazing there.
Man, you don't got that starry drink. Come on now. At least I'm getting some stars somewhere.
Yeah,
But
there you go.
what was the perspective? Let me ask this. Okay, so what was your perspective before and then after? So like, there you go. There's the question. I was gonna try and add something to it, but I got
Yeah.
nothing.
As far as like what my outlook and perspective on life, or
Yeah. Like, were you
think
in a ruddy point or a ruddy point in life? Like, man, I'm just got a lot on my plate, and then now it's like I'm good.
I don't ever really look at it as having a lot on my plate.
Yeah,
Much like what we talked about on your podcast.
that's right. You were on my podcast yesterday. Go watch it.
Sure.
Mind of JPA on YouTube. Shameless
Yeah.
plug.
Yeah. Goddamn right. But it's much like we talked about yesterday, where it's like you can't say you're hungry and then be mad when your plate is full.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I've always said like, hey, I want to do these things. I want to volunteer more. I want to have my
Mm-hmm.
own company. I want to have this. I want to have that. But much like you and I talked about, you don't get to choose when those things happen. It just happens.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes there might be a huge gap in between. Sometimes it's one on top of the other. And
Mm-hmm.
for me, it's, the latter, not the former. So I'm doing all these things at the same time. So a lot of the pressure that I feel, I've put on myself. But
Mm-hmm.
then there's like societal pressure of like, yeah, I'm getting older. Am I where I want to be financially?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not married, I don't have kids, I don't have this, I don't have that. So it's very easy to fall into those pit trap or those traps of like, well, I feel this societal pressure, or I feel as though these expectations are on me to do these things. I'm not doing them, and it's bothering me.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's like that coupled with everything else going on in the world, where it's very easy to feel overwhelmed and to feel stressed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, feel like you can't blink and look around a room and not find something to be stressed about.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think going out there was like a hard reset where I'm like, okay, cool. This is what I needed to see. This is what I needed. This is the perspective that I needed to be like, okay, yes, life can be hard. Yes, life can be challenging. Yes, life can be tough. And it's not always great, but at the same time, much like one of my good friends told me yesterday, it's like life is a book. Like you can't stay in one spot in
Mm-hmm.
that book forever.
Mm-hmm.
You can continue to live and go back and visit that particular chapter, but that's not something that we have the luxury of doing. And no matter what, life is still going on, so it's up to us to write the best possible book about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And, that means living the best life that you can.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
you know, doing that is very important and remembering that is very important. Like finding that balance of like, okay, I need to unplug and decompress and go enjoy myself, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And then you got to find those times where it's like, hey, I got to lock in and do this shit that I need to do, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So,
All
yeah,
about
so like
balance.
yeah, so just going out there, experiencing that with, a really good friend and like talking about everything and, talking about past and trauma and, expectations and generational wealth and what that means and what we want to do with our lives and goals and, all those things where it's like you don't always get to have those conversations. And I think having those conversations with another person who is on a similar wavelength as you or similar perspective, you know, it also kind of helps you realize like you're not alone on this journey that you're on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, you think about horses when they run, they put blinders on them so they can only see ahead of them, even though they're, 10 or whatever, however many other horses next to them. They don't always see that. And I feel like for us, sometimes we're so blinded that we put those on and we don't realize sometimes it's our friends, sometimes it's our family, sometimes it's a
Mm-hmm.
person we don't really fuck with like that. They're running the same race as us. And
Yep.
finding those commonalities allow us to realize like to make those bonds and realize like, hey man, like I'm not the only person going through this. I can talk to other people about this.
Mm-hmm.
And like sometimes you go to therapy. That helps too. I'm a big proponent of people going to therapy.
Yeah. Therapy does sound like if you need it, like go sit and just talk to somebody. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I downloaded the BetterHelp app, so I mean, that's as far as I got with therapy.
Yeah, shout out BetterHelp.
Yeah,
Hopefully
shout
one
out.
day they'll sponsor this show.
That'd be nice. That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
Like,
hell yeah, man.
I think it'd just be cool to read an ad. But like, yes, therapy, whatever therapy. Mine is just a nice walk through a park. Like, I'll do 2 rounds at a park. I try it. Well, this Friday I didn't get to do it because it was movie night with my brother and we. Let me get back to the point of what I was trying to get at. But like, I'll take a walk. The first round is just let's get the legs a little warmed up. The second walk is let's speed it up. And
Yeah,
generally through that speeding up process, I usually get the answer that I've been asking all week to the question I've been asking all week. Whatever the question was, like, okay, what do I do about this? What do I do about that? It is just hard for me to find that answer Monday through Thursday, but Friday during that walk, that answer will come to me. And I'm like, got it. All right. Now I know what I'm doing. Now I figured this problem out. Let's get to it.
yeah.
So, I mean, and therapy could be, going for a swim, or playing a game of pool, whatever it is for you. You
Yeah,
know?
it's like, for some people, it's as easy as like going outside, going for a walk, that time to decompress. And for
Hmm.
other people, it's like there's a lot more nuance to it. And sometimes you can't figure that answer out yourself. So it's
Hmm.
worth it to talk to another person.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And yeah, it's like there is no blanket answer for every single question or for every single situation. And like
Hmm.
I think that's why it's so worth it for, everyone at some point or another, just to go to therapy, talk to a professional, like your homies might have the answers, but at the same time, your homies might be like, "Hey, bro, I don't know, go have a fucking drink."
Yeah. Go talk to AI on Snapchat.
Yeah.
See what they have to say.
Oh man,
You ever talk to Snapchat AI?
fuck no,
I've
hell
had some
no.
pretty good conversations with Snapchat AI.
Nah, I'm not. I'm not big on a lot of that shit. Some of it, like I understand the the application of it, but
Hmm.
nah, a lot of that stuff, I don't upload photos of myself into AI. I don't utilize a lot of that stuff in that regard.
I'll tell you that, like the logo for the new logo for my podcast, I uploaded me just sitting here. It was actually this sweatshirt, and I
Yeah,
just said turn this into a cartoon, and that's what it did. So I mean, like I use it for that, and I'll use it for prompts and whatnot, or like bios
yeah,
and a pot. But other than that, like these kids are building companies on AI these days.
yeah.
So I mean, what?
Speaking of that jacket, where did you find that? Was that like in the back of a what do you call that place?
Goodwill?
Bass Pro Shop?
No, my dad got it for me for Christmas.
No shit.
Yeah, I went to Texas in January, and he was like, "Hey, here you go for going to Texas." So I was like, "Sweet." So
I would expect to find that in Texas.
yeah, yeah, I got me a nice little Stetson though, like Stevie Ray Vaughan.
God.
Yeah, you're gonna see him playing a guitar like, "Look at little sister," however he says it. You know,
So
what's
we
wrong with
stopped
my
last.
sweatshirt though?
Nothing. I was
This thing's
intrigued by
fire.
it. Hey, yeah, absolutely.
I wear it all.
I was intrigued by it. Like I don't I don't have anything with an American flag on it. Like so it's
Yeah,
like whenever I see people wearing American flags, I'm like, where do you find like American flag apparel where it's like, super patriotic? Because like I see it at like Bass Pro Shop,
mm-hmm,
or like last night we stopped at a gas station in the middle of nowhere
mm-hmm,
and they had an entire section of just like camping gear. And then
uh-huh.
this is the first time I've ever seen this. Is like, those plastic flaps you see in like butcher shops and stuff people walk through.
They have like writing on it.
No, they kind of look like a thick ass shower curtain, but it's like the individual thing. So instead of like opening and closing a cooler door, it's like
Okay.
those plastic is like individual plastic flaps. They look like big ass blinds, but they lock all the cool in so you can walk in and out of them.
Oh yeah, yeah. Was
Yeah,
it an
yeah.
American
So
flag one?
no, it was camo print.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, did you guys make this shit yourself? I've never seen this in all the places I've been through in my life. And I was like, I kind of want to go back there, but at the same time, like, I don't know what's back there. So I don't want to just like walk into the wrong area. And then they had this massive, like, American flag mural. It had
Yeah,
to be like maybe like 10 or 15 feet by like 50 feet.
yeah.
And then I was like, huh, okay. And then I just grabbed vitamin water and a cup of coffee and some Skittles and ducked back out the door.
Skittle. There you go. Some Skittles.
Dude, perfect road snack. Also made some granola to take. Speaking of whitest sentences, I thought I'd say today.
Okay.
Yeah, I made a strawberry and chocolate granola.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
from scratch. Put a little bit of yeah, yeah. Put some cinnamon in there. That bitch was hitting. Oh my god.
it feels like that cinnamon just gives it that.
Hmm. Dude, I'll ship you some. It's
Appreciate that.
it's it's part of the whole rebrand. Doing
Okay.
doing granola, compote, oats, coffee,
What is
and
compote?
it's like a fancy jelly, basically.
Okay. Was that jelly you were telling me about yesterday?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And then, dude, right after I talked to you yesterday, so I put my stuff up on this website called Happy Cow. It's for
Okay.
like vegan people. Dude called me. I see the number. I think it's a spam call. I reject the call. Guy calls me back again. I answer it, and like I'm thinking it's like a spam call. So I'm like, what? And the guy's like, uh, hey, is this so and so? I'm like, yeah, what's up, man? And he's like, hey, I saw your company on Happy Cow, and I was wondering, do you have anything to sell me? And I was like, shit. I was like, I'm so embarrassed.
I got everything. What do you need?
Yeah, dude. He's like, I'm at the business location you have on your website, which is I put town hall as like my
Mm-hmm.
business location. So I'm like, oh, I'm right down the street. Like, give me 3 minutes and I'll be there. So I grabbed like one of everything that I had in the fridge and took it up
Mm-hmm.
there. And dude was super cool. And, it was a very like surprising sale that I made. And I came home and I was like, I'm in a fantastic mood, And I was like,
There you go.
he didn't buy a ton of stuff, but I was like, this is another sale. This is one more thing that I've gotten to get to like push out to people who were completely unaware that this existed. So, like that's also something that like I've been focusing on recently and like I'm very excited about is like being able to spread the word about like what I'm doing and just encourage people to like if there's something you want to do, man, like even if you don't really know how to get it started, just
We'll figure it out.
yeah, hey man, do
We'll
do the
figure it out.
research. Yeah, do the research. Like think about what you want to do, and like just go from there. Like if you're like a big AI type of person, utilize AI. Look at how you can build. How you can get it started. Do your business plan, all that type of stuff. If
And
you,
don't go to Coldplay concerts.
hey man, if you're gonna go to Coldplay concerts, sit in GA like everybody else. Like
I'm
they're
just saying it was a cross reference to AI, so I had to throw that.
hey man, it fits perfectly. It's that whole situation is fucking crazy. I
Yeah.
think I think the other like really crazy thing has just been like the celebrity deaths recently and how people have expressed their mourning for different celebrities.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
Malcolm Jamal Warner, like Theo Huxtable. I grew up watching The Cosby Show. Like I
Hmm.
watched him on Community, watched him on Malcolm and Eddie. Like just always seemed like such an amazing guy.
Hmm.
Everyone had nothing but positive things to say about him. Ozzy Osbourne dies. All these crazy stories, people had about him, like him pissing on the Alamo, like him just messing with religious leaders, all the crazy band stories, all the Black Sabbath stuff.
Yeah.
And then Hulk Hogan dies.
Yeah. I wonder how many shirts got ripped that day.
All the Hulkamaniacs.
Just
Dude, but also I didn't realize how many people fucking hated Hulk Hogan.
he was not he for a long time he was probably the most hated wrestling celebrity.
But even outside of wrestling, he was just an awful, awful person.
There was a lot of stories that it was just like he was that guy who was just he would fake being injured and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff and
I know
yeah,
exactly what you're talking about. He
Undertaker.
did, yeah, he did that to the Undertaker, and
Yep,
was like,
yep.
"Oh, brother, you broke my neck." Faked an
Yeah,
injury to
yeah,
keep the belt, bro. But
yeah.
it's
And
like,
then you see the video, his head didn't even touch the mat.
yeah. But it's
Like,
like shit like that, and then, like, all the racist rants he went on, and, like, he never apologized for 'em. He always had an excuse as to why it was okay that he did that. Like, when that video came out of him dropping all the hard R's, he was like, "Well, I said it in the confines of my own home, so I don't see the problem with it." And it's like, you can not
That
be a
does
racist.
not help at
Yeah.
all, dude.
Yeah, and it's like even wrestlers were like, "Yo, fuck this dude." Like
Yeah,
even before he died, like when he came out at I can't remember what wrestling event it was. He came out with Jimmy Hart
yeah,
and everyone was booing Hulk Hogan and he tried to say they were booing Jimmy Hart but not him.
yeah,
And everyone was like, "No, we were specifically booing you. We don't
yeah,
like you."
yeah.
And then the last photo that came out recently was him at Alligator Alcatraz, like holding an American flag. And I'm just
What
like,
is
bro,
alligator Alcatraz?
it's an ICE detention center in Florida. It's
They call it
been
alligator Alcatraz?
yeah, it's
I thought it was housing alligators.
no,
No?
it's
Well, that's what
I
it
don't know.
sounds like.
I'm not gonna mince words.
All
It's
right.
it's bullshit, honestly. Like it's super fucked up. And the idea of putting people, most of which have no criminal record, haven't done anything wrong, were arrested at work or, on their way to work, on their way to pick up their kids, and putting them in a detention center in the middle of the Everglades in cages in tents is fucking ridiculous. And
Mm-hmm.
since it was erected, all of these conservative people have been going there to take photos in front of the sign of Alligator Alcatraz.
Really?
Yeah, so that would be like you are being wrongfully held against your will.
Mm-hmm.
Your family, nobody knows where you are, and people are outside joking and taking photos. And Hulk Hogan went there to do. Actually, I'm not even gonna call that man by his stage name. I'm calling him his real fucking name,
Terry.
Terry. Terry, fucking
Terry.
Terry. Yeah,
Fucking Terry.
yeah, Terry Bollea. What a fucking dumbass name. Terry Bollea went there and did a whole photo shoot about how great Florida was and how great America was. I am like almost certain he is not actually from America. Like I could be wrong.
Really?
Bollea, that's not a fucking American name, but like I could be mistaking him with another wrestler, but like I'm pretty sure he's like French Canadian or something. And
And
like,
nobody likes the French.
hey man, like
Can't trust them.
so so this discussion, I don't really care for French Canadians.
Yeah.
Um, but French people, say what you want about them. Those motherfuckers know how to protest.
Yeah.
What was it? A few years ago when they were talking about like cutting the firefighters' pensions, like
In
French fire
France?
yeah. Like the
Okay.
French firefighters were lighting themselves on fire and getting into fistfights with French police while on fire.
So the French firefighters were
Mhm,
lighting themselves on fire
mhm,
and fighting while ablaze.
mhm.
Okay, you know what? I take back what I said about the French. They're
Bro,
badass.
I, I, every few years, what was it recently? Oh God, I can't remember how long. This was a few years ago as well. Someone threw a toilet through the French president's window. Like, what? Do you think that would ever happen in America? No. Americans talk
No.
about protests. The French don't even talk. They just show up and start
Yeah.
doing shit. Then
Yeah.
like there was a there was a French guy who slapped the French president in the face and
And
called him macaroni while he did it.
man,
Do you know how insane that is to slap the president of one of the most powerful countries in the
yeah,
face and then
and then
call
just
him macaroni? He's
and
not
just be
even
like,
Italian.
what are you gonna do about it? You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
he looked him dead in the face, shook his hand with one hand, and then slapped him with the other and called him
And he didn't
macaroni.
get arrested.
He got arrested. I'm pretty sure he got the shit beat out of him too. But in his mind, it was
He
worth it.
did. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was like, "Hey
Yeah.
man." But it's like the idea of like, was it these the French farmers a few years ago, or maybe last year, they were like, "Oh well, we're gonna start importing cheap wine from other countries." These French farmers were like, "No, you're not." They're like, "Yeah, we are." So they showed up with bales of hay and trucks, and they started spraying animal manure everywhere.
Okay, yeah, I saw that on like Capitol building and
Yeah.
what am I trying to say? Public buildings downtown
Mhm.
and it's some downtown. Yeah, I saw that. That was
Yeah.
wild.
French people, man, like people like to joke about World War II and all that shit and them giving up. Hey, they're like, nah, man, like, fuck a president. Like, was it at the last protest they had in France? Motherfuckers started bringing out guillotines and they're like, hey, y'all could fix this or you can lose your head. You choose. But something's happening today.
That's kind of the mentality we need here in America because like
And
we just talk.
yeah,
We just talk.
that's the disappointing thing is like in America, like the the individualism is pushed so hard that for the most part we do not care about our fellow person, and the idea of caring about our fellow person, you're called a communist, you're called a socialist, like you're hit with all these labels for caring about another person, and it's
Hmm.
like, nah, man, like I'm just an empathetic person. I care about my fellow person. And it's like ultimately, if things happen to one group of people and nothing happens, they are bound to happen to another group and another group. And before you know it, it's happening to everyone. But you had the opportunity to nip this in the bud when it was only happening to a certain demographic. Like
Hmm.
perfect example right now with what we're seeing with ICE detaining people. They said, "Oh, we're only going after criminals." And then it started, "Well, we're going to start going after illegals." And now we're looking at it where it doesn't
We might
even,
we might be getting it.
yeah, it doesn't even, like they're
Like,
talking about what I almost said evicting. They're talking about like making Rosie O'Donnell leave the country. Like they have sent letters to
do you know
immigration lawyers. It's never going to happen, but
exactly? They're never
but
gonna kick Rosie. She already left.
yeah, but it's like it's the idea of all it takes is one terrible person to say something like that, and then all of these other terrible people are like, "Yeah, we should do that." And then other people are like, "Well, that'll never happen." And then before you know it, you're looking at Americans that are being wrongfully detained by ICE and being held in ICE facilities for
Hmm.
weeks at a time. No one knows where they are. Nobody knows where they are. Then, you have people who aren't doing anything wrong. They are here to better themselves. Much like, well, I mean, I'm I'm part indigenous, so my family's been here since before America was a thing. But,
Hmm.
part of my family came here from Europe. Part of my family came here from the Caribbean. So,
You want to know what ironic is?
what's that?
French.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Allville. That sounds
Yep.
like, yeah, that
It was Alville, but then we threw some West Virginian hillbilly into it. Now it's just
yeah.
all like
All
all like
Almost got a mouthful of turpentine or something. I don't know what y'all
yeah,
do down
yeah,
there,
yeah.
but it's like you think about that where it's like you have these people where you are told like, "Hey, don't worry about what we're doing to them. It's never going to affect you." But once you start calling people criminals and calling people bad people and you are characterizing them a certain way, how long before that title moves on to you?
Uh-huh.
And it's like how during the Cold War,
Fine criminal. You know what I mean? Is it some dude that just
yeah,
didn't pay his taxes or forgot to file his taxes one year, or is it like somebody who committed a mass murder?
mhm,
And I mean, like, where's the line in the sand?
yeah, the line is where they decide that it is,
Yeah.
because I
So I
mean,
mean, what's their definition of criminal would be my question.
yeah, it's like, oh, you
Yeah.
don't serve what we want you to serve, therefore you are a criminal. Like we're looking at it every day with a lot of the January 6 rioters, how some of
Hmm.
them have now ended up in politics. Majority of them have,
Really?
yeah, oh yeah, majority
Can
of
I?
them.
Can
Oh,
we? Can I just say something like before we get right into this? I don't watch the news. I'm not a news guy. But like so if you tell me something and I go,
mhm.
really? I
No,
really have to. I try and stay. Man, the news is so toxic anymore these days. I stay. But go
yeah,
ahead. Excuse me. I just need to
no,
put that
dude.
out there because if I keep asking questions, it's not because I want to sound like an idiot. It's because I
No,
generally don't know.
that's
So
the whole goal is to always ask questions, you know?
yeah.
But A lot of them that were a part of January 6th have had their sentences either completely commuted or they've been completely forgiven for
Pardoned.
everything they've done. Some of them have gotten into politics. Some of them,
What they get into like what's their agenda for getting into politics? Is it generally to like right the wrongs in the system, or just because I ran a January 6th riot?
yeah, absolutely. That's when
Really?
when the president tells you to do something and you do it, and he says there's going to be no repercussions for what you did. Now, there were repercussions, you were arrested, but now that person who told you to do these things is now president, and they say, "Hey, your sentence, you're forgiven. Do whatever."
Mm-hmm.
Now you go home and you're like, "Well, I'll become a politician. I've got the backing of this guy." And it's to further push his agendas in smaller and smaller communities. Yeah.
I got you within the city and state level kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and then there was a bunch of them. I would have to get the exact number, but a lot of them have been arrested again for more nefarious things. Like one of them recently got arrested because he tried to kill like 3 FBI agents.
Nah, that's a criminal.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, crazy
Like
enough,
you're
like
gonna
I
kill a
don't
federal agent, you're gonna get killed. Yeah.
Hey, but he didn't. He just simply got arrested. There was another one where he was like the LGBTQ plus community is like grooming children, and I'm not going to use some of the words that he
Mhm.
used to describe them, but he was arrested for distributing images of,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, he should be arrested then.
multiple charges.
Yeah. He
Uh
should be arrested.
what was it?
Should be thrown under the fucking jail. Like,
The representative of Iowa who, was like pushing for the book ban and all this stuff. Just yesterday, an article came out about how he's talking about the sanctity of marriage and how, having gay people around children is wrong and all this stuff. During a school board meeting, this dude was looking at porn on his work computer, sitting in the meeting.
and why
And
wouldn't you want to run?
yeah, and it's just like
God.
the cognitive dissonance of saying we want to protect children, we want to protect the sanctity of marriage, we want to do all these things, but at the same time, like, we're going to be the worst people imaginable.
Yeah, that's why I don't believe in any system of government anymore these days, is because like just like that, if you're gonna be like, we need to better ourselves and better the community, but I, as the representative of Idaho, is gonna watch porn in the middle of a meeting, but you guys, you guys do it, but I'm gonna be the piece of shit. I don't
Mhm.
believe in that. I don't
No,
believe in that. So I
no,
mean,
as you shouldn't. And it's hard to look at things like that and to not feel a level of frustration or like that desire to give up because you don't see a light at the end of the tunnel.
mhm.
And
It's getting close to the oh shit moment, and
yeah,
everything has an oh shit moment to where everybody's like, okay, we're done listening to them. We're gonna just do our thing, and they fall in line we li- instead of they say something and we fall. It's gonna vice versa here soon.
but
It's getting to the oh shit moment.
that is what you hope for. But it is oftentimes easier for people to join the winning side, where if these are the beliefs that are being pushed, it is always easier to acquiesce and just go with the flow than to go against the status quo.
Do you think that? I think it's a generation thing. I think that generation of we're just like, hey, it is what it is. They're gonna do what they want to. It's slowly coming to an end. It may not be in our lifetime, to be honest with you.
I think it is because
Okay.
there are always people that are weak-willed. There are always people
Yeah.
who think that by joining a certain group, even if they don't believe in it, they will come out on top. And, there are always people that are easily influenced. There are
Hmm.
always people that have low self-esteem who just want to belong to something. So it is very easy to get those people to align with certain thoughts or certain conservative or authoritarian organizations.
Mhm.
We look at how a lot of gangs, how they recruit people,
Mhm.
how a lot of organizations they specifically target like weak-willed people, people
Mhm.
who are unsure of themselves, things in that regard. And that's how you get people on your side. That's how you get fanatics. That's how you get someone to go blow up a school or burn down a church or go destroy satellite dishes. Like this is how you do those things.
Mhm.
And ultimately, at the root of it all, go to fucking therapy. Like, learn how to be your own person. Learn how to deal with the world around you. You know what I mean? And they say the loudest person in the room has the least amount to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oftentimes, the more a person talks about a certain topic and how against it they are, usually they are the ones perpetuating that thing.
Mhm.
So if we are talking about the weather and then all of a sudden someone is like, God said burn this group of people, it's like, what how do those two things even intersect? Like there's a
Well,
lot
I
there's
mean, the rain will put the fire out.
at some point you hope. But there's just so many of these people who just say like horrible, horrible things and
Yeah.
perpetuate so much hate. And it's very scary to see how many people get on board with it or make excuses for what these people are saying and doing.
Mhm.
And, it's like, even now, there are a lot of people who voted a certain type of way, and now they're saying, well, this isn't what I voted for. It's like, no, this is exactly what you voted for.
Exactly. It's like the whole thing with Biden too. Like well, I you voted for this. You voted for this.
Yeah,
It's the same
absolutely.
thing
Like,
going on with this administration too. So I mean, you know, I voted a certain way, and you know what? I did. Yeah, I'm not going to complain about it. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
mm,
So I can't hate. Do I like what's going on? No. Do I still love my country? Absolutely.
yeah, but to me, that is where a lot of people seem to also not fully understand. It's like
Yeah.
you can love your country but still hate what's going on within that country. And
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
it's like
I'm not a fan
to
of not a fan
yeah,
of 90% of what's going on.
yeah, and
You
like
know what I mean?
you can call yourself a patriot, you can call yourself, a true American, but it's like just because the organization that you voted for is now in power doesn't mean you just ignore all the terrible things that they're doing. Like you acknowledge it and say, "Hey, this is not what I'm about."
Mhm.
And either we need to reform or we need to remove
Mhm.
these people, or I need to reevaluate where it is that I stand and reevaluate my alignment with this particular group.
Mhm.
And that is where things like addressing identity politics and saying, well, blue no matter who, or, red till I'm dead, or whatever the case may be, like to fall under identity politics, no matter which side of the political fence you land on, to me is
Mhm.
the same thing
Mhm.
because there are Democrats who run as Democrats who have conservative views, but they just run as Democrats. Then there are Republicans who have more centrist or left-leaning views, but they run as Republicans because that's all they know how to identify themselves as.
Mhm.
So addressing that at the root of the cause is, I think, where we start. And then, you know, getting people to understand like being upset with your country is the most American thing you could do. Like,
Mhm.
to hold politicians accountable for what they say and what they do day in and day out. These people are voted in. Like,
Yeah.
you voted for
Yeah.
this person. Like,
Absolutely.
your tax dollars are going towards this person. So they should 100% be held accountable for what they're doing.
Mhm.
And
Absolutely.
it's like if you're not fucking with it, hey man, I'm not fucking with what you're doing. And if they ignore you, or like the lady, I can't remember what her name is, when they talked about cutting healthcare, she laughed and just walked away.
Like,
So, like, think about that. Like, if your boss was walking the floor and you're like, "Hey, man, like this piece of machinery fell on Greg and broke his leg," and he was like, and just walked away, you'd be like, "Bro, what the fuck?" Like,
yeah.
either you shouldn't be a supervisor or like something needs to happen. So the idea that these people are voted in and then they are actively laughing in your face while failing you and then saying you don't deserve shit is crazy.
It's a tragedy. Is it tragedy or travesty? Travesty?
Travesty.
Yeah, that's that.
Tragedy. That's a
Hey,
tragedy and a
you never
travesty
know.
put together.
Yeah, it's double the power. You know what I mean?
It's a travesty.
Travesty. There we go. Yeah, man. It's and then at some point you gotta look at yourself and go, okay, what can I do now? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Are we gonna sit around? Are we gonna talk about this? Are we gonna sit around, get involved? But where do you get involved? You know what I mean? Do you go run for an office or do you like how can you, you know, at some point, me, like let's just say I want to run for president. You know what I mean?
President
Like
of what?
the country.
Ooh, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I would do it. I honestly would do it because like there's so much shit that's like, okay, first of all, I would run on this. We're having a one United States driver's license. No more of this state shit. We're getting rid of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I cannot stand it. Cannot, because I had to get a Colorado's driver's license when I lived there.
Uh,
And now I have an Ohio. Like, enough. We'll start there. Number two, number two, we're fixing these damn potholes. Fixing these damn potholes. And number three, we're going to try because we're a very wealthy country, so we can pay for insurance, man. We can pay for insurance. But then again, let's look at the healthcare industry as a whole. Their idea and motives is to not cure you, but bill you along the way as we fix you. We get you running good, running at an optimal temperature. So how are you going to fix that? You know what I mean? Where do you start with there?
taxing corporations.
Taxing corporations.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
you think about it. What they said, if you paid your taxes this year,
Mm-hmm.
you have paid more in income tax than Nike, Tesla, Netflix, and Apple has in the past 10 years.
Taxing corporations. I like it. I like it. Okay. At what percent? So is it going to be like a 10% of what because Apple makes $1 million in 5 minutes. So
Absolutely.
can we tax, let's just say 10% of that $1 million? So a
What is it?
hundred grand?
I think it's like corporations are supposed to pay like 30%. I could be wrong on that number, but I forget the exact number that corporations are supposed to pay annually in taxes.
Yeah. Or we take some of this USAID money that everybody found that for wrongful spending or yada, yada, yada.
Mhm.
And what do we do with that? You know what I mean?
Well,
What do we,
the interesting thing about like that, like the whole like
I want my fucking
Doge,
money back. I'll say that.
dude. So that is another interesting thing is like a lot of the things that Doge claimed to find as far as like wrongful government spending,
Mm-hmm.
they have now started to remove a lot of those things from their website because they never found them. Like a lot of the money that they claimed, like we're saving Americans like X amount of money. It has been proven like, oh, these contracts were canceled 2 years ago. They just had to finish it out until, and they ended at the beginning of this term. Or this contract was canceled.
Isn't that a fucking coincidence?
But it's like it's one of those
Right.
things where like again, prime example, you being at work, like you did 90% of the work, and then I just show up and I'm like, oh yeah, James forgot to put his name on it. I'm gonna say I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, is there government spending out of control? Absolutely. But we're looking at now who's spending the money and where the money is going. Like there are
That's
hidden
exactly it. Who's going to take control of it?
well,
Who's
there's
going
government spending that goes everywhere, but there are also a lot of hidden costs attached to certain things that we do. And there are certain federal and state government initiatives that provide jobs to a lot of communities.
Mm-hmm.
So the government is spending that money, yes, but it is going to local economies that's stimulating that economy, thus increasing that economy as a whole.
Mhm.
So by pulling the funding for those things, you are now decimating a local economy, which is then going to have ripple effects of, let's say it's a small town. That town's economy is decimated. The county is now losing those tax dollars. The state is now losing those tax dollars. So it has wide reaching effects as far as like we saved $200,000 by not paying the people of this town. But if that $200,000 is properly invested, then it is going to quantify the amount of return that the federal government is getting. The federal, the state, the county, local, all of that money gets quantified. So to remove this investment, you are destroying economies.
Mhm.
Then, you're talking about tariffs. We're looking at companies that are having to shut down because of tariffs. We're looking at local businesses that are having to shut down because of tariffs. And a lot of people don't understand what tariffs are, where the money comes from. That is what you, the taxpayer, are paying to import this thing.
Mhm.
Because when the company isn't going to just pay tariffs, you as the consumer are going to have to make up for that 20%, 30%, whatever the case may be. So again, to be excited about tariffs without understanding what tariffs are, you are being excited to pay more money for the same thing that you were already getting.
Mhm.
So it's like, what, again, the cognitive dissonance behind it doesn't make any sense. The amount of people that were so excited and now they're like, wait, I don't understand. Was it, I want to say it was like one of the Dakotas. The farming community there is devastated because Trump pulled a lot of the funding for those farms. And now you're talking about fifth generation, sixth generation farmers are like, I can't afford to keep my farm because the government subsidies aren't coming in. So now I can't afford to buy equipment. I can't afford to till my fields. I can't afford to do these things. So now they're losing their farms. So again, you're talking about communities being devastated in the name of saving $100,000, $200,000, $1 million. Meanwhile, what was it? They said Trump has spent almost $200 million. His last 4 years in office, he spent over $200 million on golf trips.
Yeah, I saw that on the news. Wasn't excited about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like
Of the
200 million.
taxpayers' money. Like,
Yeah,
not his money, of the
yeah.
taxpayers' money.
Now you think of $200 million invested into the economy. Like even at the lowest level, $200 million brought back, given to people, spread out, brought back in tax dollars.
Mhm.
Like that's life changing. That is how we begin getting out of national debt, right?
Mhm.
Because we as a country haven't been out of national debt since Clinton was in office.
Mhm.
So we're talking about us in elementary school. Was the last time the country wasn't in debt? Now, Trump also said he was going to fix the national deficit. It's almost tripled since he's taken office. And, I cannot say it is definitively all him because the Biden administration did a lot of terrible things as well. But again, it's like for you to run on a platform of I'm going to fix the country, I'm going to fix this, I'm going to fix that. And since you've taken office, you have looked your constituents, the people that you voted for, the people that believed in you, you have looked all of them in the face and said, fuck you. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going golfing. There are people who voted for Trump who are now looking at what's going on and they're like, holy shit, genuinely, this is not what I believed in. This is not what
Red
I
flag!
wanted.
Red
Yeah.
flag!
Yeah. And it's
Eh,
like, fuck. And, there are a lot of people every day who are like, I fucked up. Like, I should not have voted for this.
yeah.
And, there are other people who are like, I voted for this. I'm doubling down. I'm tripling down.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is a
Those are the
learning.
people that are like, it's gonna change someone
Yeah.
sometime.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's like this is a learning opportunity
yeah.
for everyone. Again, to hold politicians accountable, to not just vote based off of identity politics, to really look at who the
Mhm.
backers are for politicians, to really scrutinize where your vote is going. Like,
Mhm.
who is this person at their core?
Mhm.
and then vote accordingly. And, as far as people wondering, how do I get involved on a local level? Go to a town council meeting, go to, a planning meeting, go to a county commissioners meeting. Like, there are always small steps that you can make. Also, educate yourself. Like, sometimes it is going to be hard to learn about all these things, but in order to learn, you have to educate oneself. And that is how we break the cycle of, repeating history, and that is how we better ourselves as a society and as a people.
Mm-hmm.
We don't just turn a blind eye to things that we don't want to face because it's hard, because it's tough. We have to be able to look at these situations and say, we will not do this again. And that's the hardest part, but at the same time, that's how we better ourselves. And hey, if you got to slap a president in the face, slap a fucking president in the face. If you got to
Call him a
throw a
carrot this time.
yeah, call
Call
him
him
a
a
carrot.
carrot, that orange bitch.
Yeah, you wanna throw a toilet through their window? Hey, so be it. You wanna light yourself on fire and fight a fucking cop? Hey,
Mm-hmm.
like, every form of protest is a form of protest, whether silent or like upfront, and but the biggest thing about protesting, about these situations, is having an answer to the question, what is next?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't say, well, we need to do away with all of this. Okay, and then what? Well, I don't
It,
know.
to saying to be like, you know what, Capitol Hill's gone, the White House is gone, all these politicians are gone. It's like that's not that's not going to be the answer you want because it's not going to solve anything. Number one, I think being in the government should straight up be voluntary, like no voting in, nothing like that. Because if people want to be there, they're going to turn around and be like, okay, what I'm here to serve, actually serve,
Mhm.
not get paid for it, and anything of that nature, and be like, okay, we're here to actually like make a difference, and we're gonna take the money out of government. Would be my approach to it. You got a
Yeah,
smile on your face. I want to. What's this smile for?
nothing. It goes against American politics because in the beginning, people didn't get paid, and like I think the president is only supposed to get like I think it's like
Four
200.
hundred four hundred
Was
thousand dollars a year.
Yeah, 400K a year plus health insurance,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think you get paid that for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
But we look at every president and how all of a sudden, oh man, this is crazy. All these stock options you have
Insider
randomly.
trading and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So it's like, how do we address that? You can't. If the people at the top
yeah.
are the ones making the rules, like, and it's
Why don't we just move to Australia, Joe?
Australia.
Yeah,
No, dude.
you
You
wouldn't
know,
want to fight a kangaroo.
first of all, kangaroos are fucking evil. Like, have you ever seen like a full grown kangaroo?
They're monstrous. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, they're jacked as shit. They're
yeah,
pissed off all the time. They try to drown you. Have you ever seen
yeah.
kangaroos standing in water?
No, I have
Yeah.
not. I'll take
So,
a look at it though.
so you can look it up. Kangaroos will stand in bodies of water and they will stand very still. And they do this so that when predators follow them into said water, they drown them. So kangaroos just drown creatures like people, dogs, coyotes, wolves. Like, well, they don't have wolves in Australia, but whatever animal they deem a threat, they will drown it.
I mean, I'm not that. That's pretty smart of them.
And then
I hand it to them.
they also, like, when they kick you, they have very sharp claws, so they
Yeah,
can
they
one.
stand up on their tail and just like drop kick you.
Yeah, but they can disembowel you with the claws that are on their leg, that are on their
Yeah.
feet. And then they also have sharp claws, so when they grab you, they dig their nails into you, and then
Oh
they
yeah.
try to disembowel you. And
Have you
then
seen that? Have you seen that one dude punch that kangaroo in the face?
yeah, that kangaroo was trying to drown his dog.
Yeah.
It was dragging his dog to a pond that was nearby.
Yeah.
So it's like prime example. Also, they are like menaces. They're like emus, but way worse. Like, yeah. No. And then you got spiders and like the mimic spider. Have you heard about the mimic spider?
Didn't they just find its bigger cousin or something like that? What's
I
this?
don't know. The mimic spiders make smaller versions of themselves.
Okay,
So
circle of life.
they are the only spider to actually know what they look like, or at least like proven right now.
What? Hang on. So this spider knows what it looks like. Aren't all spiders kind of like, okay, I got 8 legs, I got 3 pieces of a body, like
They have no way of proving that, but this spider makes smaller versions of itself out of its web.
what?
Yeah, yeah, dude, it's crazy.
What?
Yeah,
So like this thing just pop these little spiders just pop up out of its own what like does this what?
they're not real spiders. They're like cardboard cutouts of the spider. Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
thought you were actually like okay, like
No,
biological little
no,
live spot.
no.
Okay.
That would be
Okay, so
wild.
it makes like web copies of itself. Okay. Okay. That's pretty smart though.
Yeah, but
That's
it's
pretty
again,
smart.
it's the only spider to actually do that. So it makes that's why it's called a mimic spider. It will make smaller copies of itself and just
Okay.
like leave them around,
Yeah.
and then it's supposed to like trick prey into going a certain direction, and then they're waiting in that other direction and just like get them.
That's pretty tight though. That's
Yeah,
I like that. I like
yeah.
that.
But it's one of those things you don't think about. And then you got like camel spiders. Camel spiders, like they want to be in your shadow because they try to get cool, but they
Yeah.
also run really
Really
fast.
fast. And they
Yeah.
stomp the ground with their 2 front feet like that. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm
like
just
that's another
so
thing you don't
so
think about.
between the unanswerable nightmare of politics or giant kangaroos and giant spiders, I think I'll take my chances with the spiders.
You know, I would agree
Like
with
that's a
you.
pretty cool looking web spider, man. Let's go check that out. God,
Yeah,
like
it's all fun and games. So you find
until
an
it's float
anaconda, you find
until
your toilet. No,
Jennifer Lopez might be there. You never know. You
Jennifer
never know.
Lopez. Dude, I tried to rewatch Anaconda recently. I
It's
fucking hated
terrible.
him. It's so
It's
bad.
terrible.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll raise the stakes on real terrible movies. Speed 2, Cruise Control.
Oh yeah. No, I watched it.
Terribly good.
I
Terribly
can
good.
I've got some really terrible movies that I personally enjoy. Thanksgiving 2,
Okay, we're gonna watch those.
only
Okay.
Thanksgiving horror movie that I'm aware of.
Okay.
There's an evil turkey demon
Okay.
that only kills white people.
Okay. Yeah. Some of them need to go.
So if you ever get it used to be on YouTube. I don't know if it is
Thanks,
anymore.
killing. Let me write
Thanksgiving.
that down.
Yeah, it is very clearly a puppet. Like in certain shots you can see the person's hand moving the puppet.
Okay.
So essentially, when the backstory is when the Pilgrims came, landed on Plymouth Rock, the indigenous people did not trust the Pilgrims. So they enacted a security policy. So they summoned the spirit of a demon turkey.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, hey, if anything happens to us, kill all the white people.
Good.
And so when
I don't like white people either.
the Pilgrims turned on the indigenous people, the
Yeah.
turkey demon killed all the white people,
Okay.
which ties into the actual historical phenomenon of I think it was it Jamestown or Jonestown? It was the Pilgrim settlement where everyone disappeared. Like they never found them. They have no idea what happened. Just one day, poof,
Aliens.
everyone was gone. So some people
Aliens.
believe it was aliens. Some people believe it was demons. Some people believe like it was just abandoned, but they could never prove anything that happened there. So the in the movie, the turkey demon is the one who kills all the pilgrims there, and then
Okay.
he just goes into hibernation.
Okay.
And then the opening scene of the movie is like this backstory. And then this woman is walking through the woods and decides she needs to pee.
Smart.
She accidentally finds his gravestone and pees on it
Dumb
for
white
for
people.
for reasons unbeknownst to anybody. She takes her top off to pee, not attached at all.
So like, what you see titties in in this
Yeah.
movie?
Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
What kind of a dumbass is like, oh, I got to pee in the woods. Let me just take my clothes off.
But not even all of the clothes, just her top. So girls
Okay,
swaying
all
in the
right,
wind.
okay.
She pees on this thing. The turkey demon comes out of the ground because he's activated by this white woman peeing on him, and he goes, "What the fuck?" And he's like, still getting peed on. His very
What?
next line before murdering this woman is "Nice tits, bitch," and then kills the woman.
That's awesome. I gotta
It
watch
is,
this.
it
That's
is,
awesome.
it's ridiculous. It is one of
So
the wildest movies.
it's like the Child's Play version.
Yeah, it's so funny because it's like very clearly you have to suspend all ideas of reality to make the movie work
Yeah.
because he is like an actual puppet. Like you can see the guy's arm, and when he moves his hand, you can see the guy's hand in there. But like
Wow.
these teenagers are like camping in the woods, they accidentally come across the turkey. They wake him up again, but to go against one of the tropes of horror movies where the black person dies last or dies first,
Yeah.
there is a black kid that's with him, and the turkey won't kill him. And then he's just like, and then the turkey he finds the home of one of the girls and
Yeah.
kills her dad, who is the sheriff, and then cuts the dad's face off and puts it. So now there's a human face on a puppet turkey.
You
And
stole you can stop drilling. You've hit oil, man. Like
hey,
I want to watch these movies.
it is fantastic because it's so bad. Also, Punisher Warzone. Oh my god. Was
We've
like,
talked about Punisher Warzone and how bad it is.
oh,
Yeah.
dude, I started doing a review on it and I couldn't make it through the movie because my review was almost as long as the movie because it made no sense.
Yeah.
Like it was so bad that it was amazing. And
Yep.
then
That's how
yeah,
Speed 2.
oh, dude, I had Speed 2 on VH.
And did you get keep it? Destroy it?
I
Did
don't
it just get
know.
lost in the way?
Yeah, probably.
You you know what I really hated about Speed 2 was that I think the dude who replaced Keanu Reeves was just like he was too he was trying to be that Hollywood pretty boy. You know what I mean? And
Can't do
I
it,
think
man.
that you can't. Like I think that's just what that movie killed his career because if you go through his IMDb, it is a lot of shit movies after that. Like he did not hit a good one.
I didn't even know who the guy was. I don't even remember his face.
Okay. All right. Well, moving on then.
Yeah, not everyone gets to make it to the top of the box charts, from what I hear.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like when they did the Pirates of the Caribbean without the main crew. I don't think any of those people ever did anything after that.
which one was that was Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Sure.
Yeah.
I tried to watch it. I remember I was sick. I watched it and I couldn't tell what was really in the movie and what I was dreaming. But I
Yeah.
remember waking up in the middle of the night and telling myself I will never rewatch this movie.
It had its funny moments, but other than that, it's like we didn't need it.
I
After on
don't
Stranger Tides, we didn't need it.
Yeah, see, I don't keep up with movies like that anymore. Like the new Jurassic Park, I'm not gonna bother with it.
I have no interest in watching that. My family was like, "We're gonna get tickets and go see it." I'm like, "Y'all can fucking leave me at home.
Yeah,
I am
y'all
not doing
y'all
this.
y'all have fun. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
be a part of that one.
I'm not doing this. I'll wait.
Yeah.
I'll watch it on 1, 2, 3 movies.
See, I've been getting back into wrestling, so I watch it on 1, 2, 3.
What is 1, 2, 3 wrestling?
It's just like a streaming site for wrestling, so you don't have to watch commercials and whatnot.
Really? So it takes away the ads?
Sort of, for the most part, yeah. It's like so you don't have to pay to watch PLEs and stuff anymore.
Hey,
Yeah.
I might have to but I mean, all my favorite ones are, either retired or dead now. So I mean, like,
Hey
minus
man,
Hulk Hogan, Terry,
Terry
Terry,
Bollea.
Terry. Like, what
Dude,
a
I've been getting back into it, man. It's been nice. It's one of those things where you suspend reality, you don't think about it, you don't care, and you just
Yeah.
watch it. You watch some people do some cool flips. You watch someone get hit with something and they bleed, and you go home. You turn it off, and you're like, ah, that was cool.
Yeah. There you go. If that's what you want out of it. You got
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It's like, do I think there's an undead Undertaker who has a 9 to 5 job and wrestles when he's not, choke slamming people into coffins? No. Like, do I think?
Wait a minute. The Undertaker's not dead?
I mean,
What do you mean?
if you look at Mark Calloway these days,
He's rough.
he's
He's
starting to
looking
look
real
like
rough.
he's starting to look like jerky.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just like I'm more impressed with the athleticism of wrestlers today
Mm-hmm.
than like the wrestlers that we grew up watching, because I feel as though they were kind of the pioneers of a lot of what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like a super kick or the sweet chin music, what they called it, was Shawn Michaels' finisher. Now
It's
almost
every.
almost every wrestler does a
Yeah.
super kick,
Yeah.
or like the Tiger Driver bomb. Almost every wrestler does one. The most perfect moonsault. That was a finishing move for Christopher Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
Now that is like in almost every wrestler's repertoire. Even dudes like, I watched a match. 7 foot tall dude is doing moonsaults. Like, that's crazy. But it's like it's amazing to watch the athleticism of these wrestlers and to see what they're doing, and you just be like, that was fucking cool, man. I'll never do
Yeah.
it, but someone's
That's
doing
re- yeah, that's respectful. That's respectful. The athleticism and whatnot is I get it.
it. Yeah, and then like, I don't know, like sometimes I go back and watch old matches, like Mark Henry or Viscera, or like the Men on a Mission or old Nation of Domination and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that, just to see like a lot of the early wrestlers that were people of color and like what
Mm-hmm.
they had to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a match. It was with Coco Beware. You remember
Mm-hmm.
Coco Beware?
No, I don't.
He was he was a black wrestler who always had a parrot with him, and his ring name was Coco Beware, and he was doing I think it was either Coco or Two Fly Scorpio, but either way, he had like this match in this small time wrestling promotion in
Uh-huh.
Memphis and beat the ever living shit out of this guy. And there was a point where the guy was unconscious in the ring, and this dude was still beating the shit out of him. And everyone was like, holy fuck, like, what's his problem? And it came out years later that the guy he was wrestling against was not only in the clan, but he was in the parking lot just like dropping hard R's.
No
And
shit.
yeah, and he called himself the Masked Patriot.
Ah,
And they were like, "Hey man, this dude who you're wrestling against is walking over. You should stop saying these things." And he was just like, "Oh, fuck that guy," and kept going off. And he was like,
come on
"Okay,
this ring.
yeah,
Come
let's
on this ring. Let's
uh,
go talk
let's
about
let's
it.
let's talk about it."
Yeah.
And he was not holding any punches,
Mm-hmm.
and fucking hurt this dude to the point where like the ref was like, "Hey, stop the match."
Mm-hmm.
And
Good.
he was like, talk that shit now. And situations like that, it's like the amount of restraint you have to have as a wrestler to be like, oh, I have to work with this big time racist. Terry Bollea, prime example, huge
Yeah.
racist. Now imagine being told you have to do a 6 month program with him.
That man. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I
or
th-
even
you gotta throw some jabs in there somewhere.
yeah, or
That's the best
even
way to get out of it.
like
Like
our
just hurt him.
truth,
Yeah.
Ron Killings. He was told when he first got signed to the WWE, he was told this is a white man's sport, like by people in WWE. And so they were like, you have to be on your best behavior or we are going to get rid of you. And the person who stood up for him was Road Dogg Jesse James.
Yeah. Good.
He called. I can't remember who. I think he said it was Jim Cornette or somebody else, but he called him and cursed the dude out, and the guy called Ron Killings back and apologized for saying that.
Good. Good.
Yeah, but like those situations are just wild. So to be in that world at a time where like people might hard argue behind the curtain and then still tell you to go out there and wrestle with a guy who also has hard argue and like you got to make money with this dude has got to be so tough. So to like have that level of professionalism, I don't have it honestly.
Yeah.
Like if you look at me wrong, I'm not fucking with you. Like, I
What'd you
try to
say?
be, hey man, hey dog, I don't
Let's
like the
go
way you
talk about it. Let's go
yeah, I
talk
don't like the
about it.
way you handed me that cup of coffee. Like we gotta,
Here is it back for you.
yeah, yeah, and we about to go outside real quick, and
Yeah.
like just it's fucking wild. A lot of it is just like really crazy to me, but
Hmm.
I don't know, man. What about you? What do you? Is it hard? Like, cause you recently moved shifts into first shift as a welder, correct?
Hmm. Yes, sir.
Is it do you think that it's hard sometimes to like be in that world and kind of like keep a certain level of individuality? Or do you think everyone for the most part is kind of like, hey, just like be your own person?
There is definitely a thing of like, so welders are they're a different breed. Welders are
Mm,
definitely a different breed. We have this joke at the weld shop: don't feed us, don't feed the welders,
yeah.
because it's like welders, they do things their own way. They have this very strong opinion of how things should be done, and the good ones anyway. And you can be your own person. Like me, I have an anime tattoo.
Mm,
You know, I'm gonna get made fun of for it.
mm,
You definitely have to have a thick skin of being a welder. So it you just got to have a thick skin when it comes to that profession. That's where I would leave it, because
yeah.
it's a bunch of country boys. At the end of the day, you know what I mean. It doesn't matter what race or nationality you are. You're a welder. You're gonna have to have that thick skin about you and get made fun of and make fun of other people. You know what I mean? Like one guy I worked with, he didn't have this finger.
Your index?
Yep. Thank you. I was about to say pointer finger.
Yeah, you're fucking
Yeah. So we always like, hey, how's Stewie Griffin doing? Because Family Guy only had four fingers on him.
oh no shit.
Yeah. So I mean, we always called him. We always like, hey, tell Lois I said hi. Just dicking around with him. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you got to have a thick skin. I try and for me personally, I just try and keep my mouth shut and stay to myself.
Well,
But if I talk to people, I'll be kind and courteous. But you definitely got to have a thick skin.
you ever take any of this stuff from like the welding shop and use it in your open mics?
I've tried to.
Mm-hmm.
I have burns on my arms, so I was like, I look like the world's worst heroin addict being a welder, like track marks.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't go over well. It doesn't. Apparently, you can't make fun of drugs. So,
Mm, I
yeah.
don't know, man. It's pretty
What?
wild.
What?
No. I'm saying like I was agreeing with you. Like saying you can't make fun of drugs is like I don't know. When you're doing comedy, like as long as it's done well, you can talk about literally whatever you want.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it's like you might lose some people, but usually you can bring them back into it.
Yeah.
Then,
I probably just didn't have a good delivery on the joke. Maybe
uh,
somewhere around the lines. But I
speaking of
mean,
which, how
what?
long have you been doing open mics now?
Are we talking off and on or like total? Because
Mm,
off and on, it's been about 3 months now. But total, I started in Denver
mm,
back in 2023 to total 6 months. We'll go total 6 months.
total 6 months. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the next one is August 16th. So I got to come up with I come up with like an idea, like the whole Bonnie Blue one.
Mm,
That was just an idea, and after that, I was like, "That's all I got for the." I took me a whole month to think of that one. So I started playing around that joke, and then I don't know. I'm just trying to get comfortable with just being up on stage and have nothing to do.
mm,
You know what I mean? Because like I see, there's a great comedian here in Cincinnati, and his name is Rand Barnacle. This dude can riff for a complete hour,
Mhm.
like go up with nothing and have the whole room dying laughing. And I'm like, if I could conquer that skill, that that's a good skill I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it's hard to do, honestly, it's something that I am nowhere close to mastering, but for the most part, I do a lot of riffing when I'm on stage because I like to be in the moment.
Yeah,
So if there are certain things that happen, I'll make jokes about it. Like the last show I did, a train went by, like, in the middle of my set. So I just talked about trains for, like, 10 minutes,
yeah,
and then I transitioned it into, like, how, like, I thought it was autistic, and, like, I diagnosed myself with being, like, in the spectrum of autism,
yeah.
and then, like, I talked to my mom about it, and she's like, "Why do you think you're autistic?" And
Because trains are awesome.
I told her all the reasons, and I was like, like, I'm very pragmatic. I avoid eye contact. I love trains. I think rocks are cool. I'm almost too literal. And I'm going down the list. And eventually, like, I finish, and she's just like, she's quiet for a second. And she's like, I have never even considered any of that stuff. And I was like,
Hmm.
you don't think there's a chance I'm autistic? And she was like, honey, no. She's like, I just think you're kind of mean and off putting. I was like, that's so much worse.
Yeah, I'd
That
rather be autistic at that
Yeah,
point.
you just hurt my feelings. Like, fuck. Like, being autistic, like, at least explains why I am the way that I am. But, like, just being
Wait,
like,
avoiding eye contact is a part of it?
for some people, yeah, like,
Okay, because I
there's
don't like eye contact either.
I did, like, a whole deep dive into it, and a lot of the stuff, like, I was like, okay, like,
Makes
yes,
sense. Makes
yes, yeah,
sense.
and I was just like, fuck. It kind of hit me one day, and I was like, I genuinely think I may be autistic. But it's one of those things where it's like, I think
On a
everybody,
spectrum,
yeah, I think everyone in some degree
has
or
something.
another, yeah, is within the spectrum.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking same. Like, I could go down the list all day of, like, things that I don't enjoy. I don't like when people, like, hug me from behind. I don't like people touching my head. If it's not my barber, I don't like people touching my head. I have things with, like, certain textures I don't
Yeah.
enjoy. Microfibers, can't touch them. I feels like I can't breathe. Certain noises really bother me. Like, there's a lot, and
Hmm.
again, a lot of it coincides with being in the spectrum. But it's one of those things where it's like, for me, I'm like, holy shit, this explains so much about my life. And in my mom's eyes, she's like, I just think you're kind of mean.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I was like, fuck, this hurts, and like, but I've always loved trains. I've always loved history, like all that type of shit. But it was, yeah, I just spent like 5 or 10 minutes talking about trains, and then I transitioned that into, like, my first ever date that I went on up here was actually on that train. And I talked all about it, and then, like, my first time bringing my now ex-girlfriend up to that town, I spent the whole time talking about trains and rocks.
Hmm.
And then I transitioned that into, like, how I thought I was autistic, and then my mom just told me, no, I'm just mean and off-putting,
Hmm.
and it kind of just, like, went from there. But it's like being able to, like, riff in those situations and, like, bring attention to them without letting that take over the show.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like like, we were doing a show, and, like, this baby started crying during another person's set, and the girl was like, "You hate my jokes that much?" And "Do you want me to be your mom?" And
Yeah.
the baby stopped crying, and she was like, "Okay, I'll take that as a yes." And, like, it's just, like, those types of situations, and, like,
Yeah.
I understand, like, some people do not have that ability to be able to deviate at all from their set.
Hmm.
And to me, I think that's almost a skill, at least as far as I'm concerned, to have a set memorized, like your pauses, your laughs, like all that stuff factored in, and say, beginning to end, this is exactly 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
That's a skill too that I need to get on mastering too.
yeah, I don't have that.
I still haven't found what I actually enjoy or and actually that like either storytelling or like setup punchline, setup punchline, setup punchline, or just riffing and coming up, or taking a little nugget of an idea and going on stage. I still don't know yet. So I mean, it could take years to figure that out.
Well, that's the beauty of it is like you can incorporate all of those things in certain forms and facets into your comedy
Yeah.
and make it your own. Because like I used to do long form storytelling. So
Mm-hmm.
I would tell one story over the course of my set and put jokes in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started doing shows with people from Denver, and for a lot of them, they operate off of what the comedy clubs do, which is you want to average one joke a minute.
Yeah.
I think yeah, it's like one joke a minute or something like that.
I laugh every 12 seconds or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
something
Yeah. The
ridiculous like
form.
that.
Yeah.
So, if you have a 5 minute set, like you want X amount of jokes. So a lot of the Denver comics I was doing shows with in the beginning, it was just like set up punchline, set up punchline, set up punchline, like a series of one-liners, but their pacing was so fast and it was so well cadenced where I'm like, like I'm nowhere close to this. But
Mm-hmm.
then I tried it and it didn't fit what I wanted to do. And
Mm-hmm.
the last thing I wanted to do was try to be someone else on stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 Yep. Yeah.
So like
I want to be me on stage. I don't want to be my
exactly.
inspirations for it.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. And it's like if taking a slower pace and you know doing maybe short form storytelling and then
Mm-hmm.
being able to like riff on top of that to kind of fill something in that
Mm-hmm.
that may be your speed, that may be exactly what you're looking for, and that may allow you to incorporate all those things into it. Or like what I do is I have like an overarching theme where
Mm-hmm.
it's like this particular show I want to talk about this topic, and then
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I'll have like a series of short stories that connect all of it, and then
Yeah.
I'll use like riffing as a bridge from short story to short story.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
that's
that's a good idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that's three forms right there. That's long form storytelling, short form, and riffing, like, you know, compounded together for me to get the story across. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. But whenever you're out here, you come to a show, come hop on a show with us.
I'll definitely do it.
Yeah, man. Oh, speaking of
Yeah.
which, August 10th. Oh God, that whole week. Oh shit. August 7th, August 8th, and then August 10th. We have three shows that week. So
Okay.
I'm pretty pumped about it.
Okay. What you doing? Like, where you performing at?
Two shows in Breck and one in Denver.
Nice. Where at in Denver?
Yeah. I have no idea.
Okay.
Buddy of mine asked me if I wanted to do the show, and I was like, yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
I've been saying that I want to do more shows in Denver anyways.
Yeah.
So this will be my second show ever in Denver, and it'll be my third show ever on the Front Range.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty pumped. But,
Mm-hmm.
speaking of which, I think we're getting pretty close to 2 hours, so we should probably wrap this up. If not, I'm gonna have to cut this up into 3 episodes.
Yeah.
But James, where can the people find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/ on the level 162. Instagram would be, there's two Instagrams, on the level 162 and Mind of JPA. And over on YouTube, the YouTubes, at Mind of JPA.
Hell yeah, fantastic. You got anything coming up you want to tell the people about?
I'm just streaming on Twitch and TikTok and YouTube. Let's see, Monday through Friday would be like 3:30 to, or no, 4:30 to around 9. We're keeping it part-time right now, but I think August 23rd is going to be a 24-hour stream. So we're gonna attempt one of those. We're gonna tee it up and see what happens.
Hell
Other
yeah.
than that, We have an open mic August 16th at Cartier Cafe and Lounge. Come out and hang out if you're in the Cincinnati area. We attempt stupid jokes and make fun of myself. So I appreciate you having me on, Mr. Buck.
Dude, always a pleasure. I'll try to. Now, a dog started barking. But either way, thanks again for coming on like always. Try to get this edited and try to get it up tonight if I can.
Okay.
Either way, super pumped to always have you on, catch up, talk about
It
different
is always
things.
a pleasure, dude. We always have a good laugh.
Yo, absolutely, man. It's like,
The
it's always
flower,
a time.
the concerts.
Dude, fucking, what a dumb situation, man. I can't wait to see what happens with that. Like, I wonder if Homeboy's is gonna like change his name or just like move to another country.
He's probably sitting in a dark hole somewhere, probably out in
Man,
New Mexico.
yeah, maybe. Or he's just like down in Costa Rica or something. But
Yeah, living in one of his mansions down there, that
yeah,
asshole.
life is so hard.
Yeah, life is so hard.
Must be worth $1 billion and still get caught at a Coldplay concert doing something stupid.
Not even a concert you want to go. It's not even worth getting cheated on for.
What band would you risk it for?
For $1 billion, none of them. But if I had to pick, I'd say Metallica.
Okay.
Metallica.
If
You?
you went to a Metallica concert, would you also get box seats or would you be down in like the GA section?
I'd pay for backstage.
Hey, you know
I'd
what?
pay
There are
for.
no
There's
cameras.
no fucking cameras
There's no
backstage,
cameras
brother.
backstage.
There ain't no cameras backstage.
I
Yeah.
I feel that so hard,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. That you're right. If that idiot was just down in the general area, nothing.
Yeah, yeah. But now
So
you had to be in the box seats.
you had to be all cool about it.
Had to be all lovey
But
dovey. Now look
yeah,
at you.
but fuck that guy. Well, he got what he deserved.
Hey man, I hope it happens to more of them. But either way, from me, your host Joe Buck, from today's James Auvill, aka on the level 162, and the mind of JPA. There's three things we can leave you with. Be good to yourself. Be good to the world around you. Remember, above all else, we love you, homie. We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
Yeah.